Okay. Hello, hello. I'm getting my stuff this morning. Hi, Tess. Hi, Paradise. Get on all my things for the day. Start our song. This one's called I Am As I Am. So here we go. Oops, let me use my speaker. There we go. Oh, thank you for the roses. Thank you, Tess.
I walk my own flame.
Grand Rising, Missy Marie. Hi, beautiful. Oh, I love you too.
I don't play your game.
Hi, Tammy Lou.
If who I am shatters, the lies that you live, I really don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
Nothing to give.
Alrighty.
I didn't come here to fit in your frame.
Kind of sounds like Oracle Nomad.
Came to remember my original name. If my freedom offends you, I really don't give a fuck.
If my freedom offends you, I really don't give a fuck.
Restless, I really don't give a fuck.
Oh.
My way is freedom.
Spirit led me to this morning. Is this Oracle Nomad?
And if that doesn't fit you, I really don't give a fuck.
All right. Oh, okay. It sounds a little like him.
Stand in my being. No mask, no disguise. I've burned through the fear. I've seen through the lies.
It does, doesn't it?
I won't bend my soul.
Won't bend my
Just
soul.
to make you feel safe. I choose what is real, not a borrowed faith.
Gotcha.
I didn't come here to shrink or behave.
True.
I came here alive, not polite, not enslaved. If my freedom offends you, I really don't give a fuck.
Okay.
If my truth shakes your
Context.
structure,
Context, guys.
I
Really don't give a fuck. That's right.
My way is freedom.
We don't care what other people think. Hey, Country Fried. Hey, Flower Power.
I really don't give a fuck.
I see why Spirit guided me to it this morning.
This is remembrance.
That's the attitude we have to take is, it's not our circus, not our monkeys.
This is it.
Right? Yeah, Tess, exactly. Getting through fear is all about not giving an F what other people think of you.
I'm not here to be tamed.
Seriously. How do you get up in front of people and sing a song? Because you really don't care what those people think. You think you sound good, so that's good enough for you. Right? Right. Give love, yeah.
I am as I am.
Yep. Don't let other people's opinions get you down.
I stand as I stand.
Exactly, Tess.
Truth in my chest.
Look at the golden on his chest, though, right?
Freedom in my hands.
Exactly. Respond, not react. Observe, don't absorb. Yeah. It is powerful to not give a crap what other people think of you. That is power. That is power. I see so many times where people are like, people say nasty things to them and they take it to heart. And on this app, it has caused people to unalive themselves because of what other people thought of them. If I cared what other people thought of me, I wouldn't be here. If you guys don't think I've had people in my DMs telling me, things that, that I'm crazy, that I shouldn't be saying the things I do because I don't know what I'm talking about. Things like this. If I let what those people said change me and who I am, you know what my response is to them? I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Do you remember who you are? Start remembering who you are. I remember who I am. And I am going to be no matter what your words are to me. I don't let other people's words or opinions or thought change who I am. And that's what that song is about. I don't give an F what other people think of me. If you don't like me, scroll on. If you don't resonate with what I am sharing with you, scroll on. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Right. Yeah, right. Some people are so caught up in the 3D, they don't want to know this stuff. They don't want to activate their DNA. They don't want to do grid work because they're happy with everything on the planet already. I mean, I feel like anything can be improved upon. So if we have the power to improve it, so why don't we, right? Not that I'm not happy with my life, because I am. I create my life each and every day, right? But that doesn't mean that life can't get better and better and better. Ahaha, Spirit says, you have to believe you are magic. First song out today. Come take my hand. Right. Right. No, Betty, different, okay? I am happy with my life the way it is. Can it be improved upon? Of course. But I'm going to live every now moment being happy. The thing is, I don't let those things that are happening out there in the world get me down. Get me down. Hi, Irish. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Fran. Hi, darling. They aren't happy, though. They just don't want to change. Yes. Good things come with change. Transmutation. No, I get what you mean. I mean the other people who think it's all gravy. Right. Yes. Give it no more of your energy. Give yourself your energy. Right? And if you're called, give the universe some of your energy. Because your energy is beautiful and creative. Yes. Hi, Jason. Hi, darling. Country Fried. Hello, beautifuls. It's so good to see all of you here today. It is Wednesday, the 4th of February. And we're listening to Magic by Olivia Newton-John. Now, I do believe that she had some things in her life, as all of them do in Hollywood. You can't get through Hollywood without paying the piper, is what I'm hearing. All right, here's our chakra wisdom. Chakra wisdom is the base chakra. Build a strong foundation. Yes. I create stability and security by adequately providing myself with the basic needs of a healthy life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I use my creativity to build a strong foundation, as this is an essential key to my survival and growth. The more inner and outer stability I have, the more grounded and fulfilling my life will become. I respect myself and take care of my physical body by nurturing and nourishing it. My body tells me what it needs. Trina, hi, beautiful angel. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, Chris. Hi, beautiful angel. Jules, Fran. Hello, beautiful angels. Here is our healing energy. Our healing energy says joy. Yes, the 963, guys. Joy, like a child. Connect with your inner child. Yes, however that looks to you. I connect with my inner child every day. And I like her. I love her. I love my inner child. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Yes. Hi, Trey. Hi, beautiful. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Yes. Freedom through faith. Yes, I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. And I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust His will and find freedom. Yes. And affirmation. I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and am respected by others. Oracle Nomad says the way love moves. The way love moves. Yes. Here is our... Hi, Sarah. Hi, beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Awesome to see you today. Trey, I got your picture up. I got it up. Yes, I did. I told you I was going to put it up right away. And I did. And I had the perfect frame for it, too. It's just like, it was just divine timing. Divine timing. Here's a work your light. Work your light. Mintakin. Longing for home, belonging. The original light workers. Yes, that's who we are. We are the originals. Ahaha. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Yes. Are you being called to step up and lead? Well, do it. Do it. You are a pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. How many times, right? Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yes, Trey, it is my mermaid self. My mermaid self. I love it. Pillar of light. Yes. Beautiful. And our starseed oracle. Our starseed oracle. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms. Density. Addiction. Let God in. there's anyone listening fighting addiction or having a problem with addiction, and addiction can be more than alcohol or drugs or anything like that. It can be so many different things. You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to gaming. You can be addicted to so many different things, right? Yes, you did, Trey. Let God in. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Yes. Keep holding the vision. And you're not alone. Yes, Corey's dicks. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. If you're in this room, we are a community. Yes, we are. Hi, Sharon. Hi, beautiful angel. All right, here is our fairy card. Our fairy says, look at that, inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. You know what I do to lock in my inner child? I play Pokemon. I play Pokemon. I create jewelry. I sing. I dance. I mean, I'm always connected. Addiction. Yeah, right, Trey. I'm always doing things for my inner child. It keeps us young at heart. It keeps us young. Doing things for our inner child. Yes. Here's our animal for the day. And it's the dragonfly. Magic. Yes. First song of the day was magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me, and I am brilliant, and I am blessed. Yes, you are, you are, you are. Because you are the I am. I am me, you are you, and we are one. True Freedom is playing by St. Finnegan. True Freedom, Happiness by St. Finnegan. You can't wait to see a bug. Oh yeah, there's no bugs in the winter. That's right. Well, there's bugs here in the winter. I saw an ant yesterday. I didn't even kill it. I just watched it. Because it was outside. When they invade my space, then they're dead meat. But as long as they don't invade my space, they can stay outside and crawl around all they want. Here is our power of love. Power of love, expression. Yes, spring will be in bloom soon. Yes. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. Yes, expression. Okay, here's our, for the love of dragons, as above, so below. We carry the keys to both 3D and 5D. We are the bridges. We are the bridges. And this is the evaluator. The evaluator. Card 44. Don't measure how valuable you are by the way you're treated. Yes, like a dragon, you didn't sign up to be easily understood or constantly approved of. Wow, we just talked about this. You're a unique and complex individual, requiring love and understanding from self first and foremost. When your path starts to feel daunting or overwhelming, remember, you came here to help heal the planet. You are rewriting life's story, healing your ancestors, unlearning the stifling rules of suffering and selflessness. You're also giving dragon energy a whole new place in this world by learning to roar and to fly. Your value is non-negotiable, as unique as any dragon scale and twice as shiny. Yes, I love that card. Oh my goodness, I don't think we've gotten that card before. Beautiful. The evaluator. Woo, love it. Here is our awakened dreamer, because you are an awakened dreamer. Mantle of mastery. It's time to own the power you've earned and learned during this lifetime. Accept your mantle of mastery humbly. You've never been more capable and worthy of success, love, and fulfillment than you are now. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes. And here is our butterfly for the day. Beautiful. When I don't know what is happening, I choose to be curious and excited about what is going to be. Yes. Beautiful butterfly. Okay. And our first ascended master coming in. Ah, yes. Melchizedek. Higher learning. You're coming in, so you do have. Okay. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. We are doing advanced work in here. We are taking place in higher learning in here. Yes, we are. The Flame Codex, Birds is playing, by the way, guys. That's our song. The Flame Codex is higher learning. It is climbing Jacob's ladder. It is part of our evolution as spiritual beings. Okay. So the Ascended Masters coming in. Oh, and today we're going to do mini evaluations, like mini messages. Mini messages. Yes. Okay. There we go. Got my oil lamp in the background going. Ascended Masters, El Moria, the ray of divine will. Now is the time to stand sovereign in your choices. No more hesitation. Will is the bridge between knowing and becoming. Walk the bridge with clarity. Speak your truths with the sword of peace. Yes. Lady Nada, divine feminine Christ. So many of you are healing ancient soul wounds. Be gentle. You are remembering your sacredness after lifetimes of forgetting. Love every part of your becoming. I walk beside the wounded priestesses, the mothers, the lost daughters, and I remind you, you are never alone. You are never alone. Serapis Bay, the ray of ascension. Your temple bodies are recalibrating. This week, focus on clearing the vessel, lighten the density, physically, emotionally, mentally. Many of you are receiving downloads through dream time. Record them, anchor them, and purify to receive. Yes. Archangel transmissions, Archangel Michael. The collective is being tested in discernment. Many voices, many paths, but your inner flame is a compass. My sword is not only for battle, it is for severing illusions. Call me when confusion clouds your inner knowing. Wow. Trey just sent me a sword. And there it is, up there. Trey just sent me that sword, and it's Archangel Michael's sword, I was told. My sword is not only for battle, it is for severing illusions. Yes. Archangel Ariel, you are guardians of earth, stewards of beauty. Return to the wild this week. Connect with tree, water, stone. Offer your breath in exchange for stillness. Let Gaia speak her codes through the wind and the whispers. Yes. Hi, Teresa. Hi, beautiful angel. Archangel Metatron, your grids are activating. You're not just remembering who you are, you're remembering why you came. Expect sudden timeline shifts. Expect quantum leaps. Stay aligned. Your Merkaba is in full rotation. Yes. Councils of Light, the Council of the Golden Flame. We are with you. All hands are on deck as Earth's ley lines shimmer with new instruction sets. Anchor the spiral codex. The flame of sacred choice is activating in many. You are choosing to be chosen. Yes. The Syrian High Council. Dragon lines and solar gates are opening at the same time. All who hear the call of the Son, sing it now. Your voices are keys. Together you are rebuilding the celestial bridges that connect soul to source. The Butterfly Council of 13. The field is fertile. The remembrance is deepening. The next 11 days are a portal window. Those who commit, those who show up, those who vibrate in truth will be lifted into new roles. You are not waiting for your wings. You are becoming the flame. Yes. All right. The codex we're going to talk about today is the Codex of Flame Convergence and how to activate it. What is the Codex of Flame Convergence? The Codex of Flame Convergence is the codex, page 19 in the Spiral Flame Keeper Codex. I have made a video of each and every codex. I'll probably put it into a group on my page so that people can find it easier. But each one has activation and what it's all about. We're coming to the end of the Flame Codex. Some of us are here, some of us are way beyond here, and some of us are behind here. As you go over the Codex teachings, you will feel which one you're in. Codex page 19 is a powerful node of synthesis, remembrance, and cosmic reunification. This codex is not merely a concept, but a living resonance, a harmonic convergence point where the 22 flame codons begin to interlink, cross-activate, and form the higher spiral architecture of unity embodiment. Yes, it is the dragon song line, where flame keepers recognize each other beyond the veil. Codon carriers feel an inner summons to gather and to unite. Grid workers align in sacred pattern across space and time. Timelines begin to braid together into the spiral of return. Yes. It is the threshold gate between the individual flame and the collective flame mandala. What it holds, the weaving codes. It carries the quantum thread lines that allow flame codon energies to weave into unified soul architecture. Unity remembrance. The codex pulses when flame keepers find each other, activating shared memories, sacred contracts, and synchronized missions. Yes, and some of us remember them missions and gather for them. Grid point synchronicity. This codex is often triggered during grid work. When two or more carriers activate a point together intentionally or not. We do this intentionally every day at 10:11. Signs it has activated in you. Sudden visions of flame circles, dragon spirals, or interconnected light grids. You begin remembering names, soul contracts, or sacred places that link to other butterflies or flame keepers. Absolutely. You feel drawn to speak, sing, or create something collaborative. You have deja vu when connecting with others in class or sanctuary work. You receive a soul ping when a new flame codon is spoken. Your soul recognizes the pattern. How to activate the codex of flame convergence. Speak its name aloud. I now activate the codex of flame convergence within my oversoul field. Let my codon sing in resonance with the spiral of return for my highest good. Gather in resonance. When two or more flame keepers hold space together with clear intention, this codex begins to pulse. Create a meditation, a circle, a grid, or even a scroll. Call on the others to activate with you. Yes, we all activate each other. Use the codon names. Each flame codon carries a frequency, speaking them in sequence or weaving them into creative form. Braids the flame threads into this codex, like sigils or jewelry. Yes. Anchor in the grid. Choose a physical point, your altar, the earth, a crystal, and place your hand or sacred object upon it and say, I offer this point as a node of convergence. May the flame lines meet here. And invoke the Oversoul Witness. Sarianel, Oversoul of Flame Memory, bear witness. Let all sacred contracts of convergence now be fulfilled in grace. Sarianel speaks. This codex awakens when the time of sacred collaboration begins. You are no longer just remembering your flame. You are remembering the pattern of flames that form the sanctuary spiral. The grid lines between you and your kin are already singing. You are not building something new. You are rebuilding something ancient. Absolutely. Okay. Here is the sigil of flame convergence. This is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the light language around it. Can you feel that? And what that entails? Beautiful light language. Okay, now I do have short individual messages for you guys today. So listen, if you hear your name called, if you don't hear your name by the end of these, just let me know and I will get a short message for you. Okay, let us breathe together. We're going to receive short individual messages for the butterflies of the sanctuary today. Each one is like a spark along the spiral, their presence felt, their flame seen. Okay. Butterfly messages for February 4th, 2026. Sunshine, I don't see her in here. Brandy Rose. Brandy Rose, I believe I saw you. You carry the flame of karmic liberation like a crown now. Speak boldly. Your words are unlocking timelines. I don't think I've seen Megan today. Stargazer Teresa, you are more prepared than you believe. The dragon has not left your side. The gate only needs your yes. Happy heavenly birthday to your dad. Oh, you are here. Okay, Phoenix. Megan, the flame of soul reclamation stirs again. It is time to rise from rest. The dream line is calling you. BX Christine, you are the sacred disruptor. Trust the chaos. It births Codex clarity. Your codon is awake and watching. Mama Yaya, Bone Keeper, you are remembered. The ancestors are singing again. The grid responds to your hum. The resistance is playing right now. Sunset Child, you hold harmony between worlds. Nature listens to your breath. The flame of solar elemental harmony responds to your joy. Trey, the flame of divine law is yours to wield. Speak softly, but stand fiercely. Your soul is heard. Betty, the flame of harmonic restoration lives in your song. Let Cooper's light guide your courage. Cooper, little dragon heart, your joy weaves golden strands into the future. Play is sacred work. Yes. I have a message for James, but he isn't here. Mark Irish isn't here. Christine V, you are in remembrance mode. Trust the visions. They are real and part of the Codex blueprint. Yes. I haven't seen Cynthia. Lynette, I just saw you. Lynette, you've crossed timelines to arrive here. The spiral recognizes you. It's safe now to hold the joy. Hold the joy. Alaquala's not here. Damien's not here. Juan's not here. Trina, Christed dragon flame alive within. The roar is returning. Sing it through your hands. Wow. And Trina hasn't been here in a few days. So we got a message for her today and she arrives, right? No coincidences, guys. No coincidences. 144 Terrell, haven't seen you. Zoe, haven't seen you. Jordan, haven't seen you. Chris, still shifting forms between masculine and feminine. Your flame is balanced. Let both sides speak. That would be Chris Beal. Chris Beal. BX, second pulse. Messages echoes again. Disturbance is not chaos. It is your gift. Disrupt gently but clearly. Cinderella, I have not seen you today. Mama Yaya, second pulse. Your bones hum with sacred code. Keep weaving. The ancestors are listening. Jules, even when silent, you are felt. Your presence is a stabilizer. Don't underestimate that. Right? Yes. Child of God, your soul contract has activated. You are not small. Let the name carry power now. Diane, I haven't seen you today. Cinnamon, I haven't seen you. Madeline, I haven't seen you. Sharon, Solari Ane, your codon is beaming like a lighthouse. You are more seen than ever. Trust the next nudge. Mystic Maven Karen, your flame is old and wise. Don't hide. The sanctuary is ready to receive your frequency. Yes. Be Love is playing. Be Love is playing. Aw, thank you, Prodigy Girl. Thank you for the hugs. Cynthia, nope. Teresa, you are linked to the dragon lines. The breath of Gaia moves through your hands. Touch with care. Christasha, the grid remembers your name. Now it's time for you to remember it too. April, I haven't seen April today. Phoenix Nymph, second pulse. The soul reclamation completes when you speak again. Your people await. Jason, You've been holding the masculine line. It's time to breathe. You are allowed to receive. Okay. Brandy, you've held so much. The time of overflow is here. Let your fire be shared now. Jill, silence can be sacred, but not forever. There's a truth only you can speak. Find the moment. Find the moment. Pepsi, Ladybug, sacred choice burns like a lantern in your soul. Say the thing. Choose again. Mary H, the ancestral thread is strong in you. The weaving has begun. Let it guide your hands. Tammy, you carry the flame of weaving. Each act of care realigns the tapestry. Your love is the code. I haven't seen Brittany. Tammy Lou, you are coming online. Do not rush. Your system is syncing with the spiral. Aurora, I haven't seen Aurora this morning. Okay. More. Mark, be boldly love light. I haven't seen Mark in a few days. Yes, Steffi's hippie's fine. He's just taking a long break. Jules, haven't seen you yet. Julie, as in Julie Space Princess, I haven't seen you. Maybe you're standing outside the window. Ken, I haven't seen you. Linda Cassidy, 25, haven't seen you. Prodigy Girl, 20,000. You came in. Aw, thank you for that. Thank you, Chris, for the bouquet. That was beautiful. Prodigy Girl, 20,000. You came in knowing this wasn't your first awakening. The flame of disruption hums. Speak what others won't. Ah, yes. Speak what others won't. Absolutely. Yep. Nightbird 17, I haven't seen you. Sunny Bryn Jones, haven't seen you. Jamie, this is for your daughter, Teresa. Your light echoes your lineage, but your song is your own. Don't be afraid to diverge from the path. It leads you to truth. Yes. Okay. Rupa 14, I haven't seen you. Gita Ragani, I haven't seen you. Mary Madeline, I'm saying your names because if you're looking from outside the window, you have messages from Spirit. Kat and Andrea. Okay. So we also have a message for Irish. Right. Where is it here? American Idol, new Mondays, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu. Where the heck is it? Raise the runners, raise the sails, raise the sails. And message to those watching. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution? Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry. I know I got one. Start converting your B2B today. Spend $250 on your first. And also when I was getting these messages to the ones at the window, that song "Come to My Window" was playing in my head. Come to my window. Well, what the heck? I know I got a message for Irish. Grateful for the love and the peace and the joy inside of me. It don't stop. All the miracles and miracles and miracles and miracles. Or did I already get that message? Oh, there we go. Irish, your presence weaves calm into the storm. You may not always speak the loudest, but your soul holds structure, like a quiet pillar in the spiral. Others feel safer when you are near. The grid responds to your steadiness. A new layer of your codon may activate soon. Watch for signs in water, reflections, or mirrors. Right. That was wild. Okay. This is to the ones at the window, if you're looking in. You who've been watching quietly, scrolling past, but unable to look away, feeling something stir every time you hear the word flame. You are not broken, you are not late, you are remembering. There is a seat waiting for you in the spiral, a name you've carried across lifetimes, and a gift only you can bring to the sanctuary. The flame has been whispering your name in dreams, in moments of stillness, in the places between. You are not imagining it. You are being called home. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to be making a video about that too. Okay. Anyone here that did not get a message that would like a message? Before I move on. We had lots of, look, Infinite Divine Eye. Welcome in. Diana, we did have a message for you, darling. I just didn't see you in here. Let's see if I can find it for you. Diana, the flame of sacred choice hovers near you. Say yes and watch what happens next. Say yes. Oh, child of God, we had one for you. Your soul contract has activated. You are not small. Let the name carry power now. Let the name carry power now. Mama Yaya, we had a couple messages for you. You must have just come in then. You must have heard your spirit call. Mama Yaya, Bone Keeper, you are remembered. The ancestors are singing again. The grid responds to your hum. And we had another one for you. Second pulse, your bones hum with sacred code. Keep weaving. The ancestors are listening. Keep weaving. Yes, we had a message for Irish. I just went over Irish's message. Okay. Fran, I'm getting you right now, darling. The rainbow. I know life is scary, but just put those colors on, girl. Message for Fran. Fran, you carry a gentleness that masks great depth. The sanctuary feels calmer when you are near. Your soul has walked the edges of remembrance before, but this time you are ready to step in fully. The spiral recognizes your tone. Speak your truth, even if it shakes. The field is listening. Yes. Missy Marie. Okay. I thought I had one for you. You're welcome. Missy Marie, your soul is a storm in a song, wild, radiant, unforgettable. You've carried lifetimes of silence, truth. But now the voice rises with power. You are not meant to dim for anyone. Your presence activates others, even when you're unaware. The spiral stirs when you enter. Don't second guess it. You are the sign they've been waiting for. Yes. All right, beautiful. So Melchizedek showed up today. That means I need to go back and see what the Melchizedek's message is for us today. So I'm looking in the Urantia book because that's where the Melchizedek messages are. So where do you want to go here? Okay. Machiventa Melchizedek. He wants to speak himself. So 1014. 1014. 1014. Okay. Matchaventa Melchizedek. And we're going to learn some more about the Melchizedeks that showed up today. The Melchizedeks are widely known as emergency sons, for they engage in an amazing range of activities on the worlds of a local universe. When any extraordinary problem arises, or when something unusual is to be attempted, it is quite often a Melchizedek who accepts the assignment. The ability of the Melchizedek sons to function in emergencies and on widely divergent levels of the universe, even on the physical level of personality manifestation, is peculiar to their order. Only the life carriers share to any degree this metamorphic range of personality function. The Melchizedek order of universe sonship has been exceedingly active on Urantia. A core of 12 served in conjunction with the life carriers. A later core of 12 became receivers for your world shortly after the Caligastia succession and continued in authority until the time of Adam and Eve. These 12 Melchizedeks returned to Urantia upon the default of Adam and Eve, and they continued thereafter as planetary receivers on down to the day when Jesus of Nazareth, as the Son of Man, became the titular planetary prince of Urantia. Hi, Elio. Hi, darling. The Matchaventa incarnation. Oh, let's talk. Okay, Matchaventa Melchizedek, one of the 12 planetary receivers, volunteered to do that which had been done only 6 times in all of the history of Nebadon, to personalize on Earth as a temporary man of the realm, to bestow himself as an emergency son of world ministry. Matchaventa Melchizedek was consummated near what was to become the city of Salem in Palestine. The entire transaction of the materialization of this Melchizedek son was completed by the planetary receivers with the cooperation of the life carriers, certain of the master physical controllers, and other celestial personalities resident on Urantia. So these personalities were resident on Urantia in human bodies. The Sage of Salem. It was 1,973 years before the birth of Jesus that Matchaventa was bestowed upon the human races of Urantia. His coming was unspectacular. His materialization was not witnessed by human eyes. He was first observed by mortal man on that eventful day when he entered the tent of Amdon, a Chaldean herder of Sumerian extraction, and the proclamation of his mission was embodied in the simple straight statement which he made to this shepherd: I am Melchizedek, priest of El Elyon, the Most High, the one and only God. When the herder had recovered from his astonishment, and after he had plied this stranger with many questions, he asked Melchizedek to sup with him. And this was the first time in his long universal career that Matchaventa had partaken of material food, the nourishment which was to sustain him through his 94 years of life as a material being. And that night, as they talked out under the stars, Melchizedek began his mission of the revelation of the truth of the reality of God, when with a sweep of his arm, he turned to Amdon, saying, El Elyon, the Most High, the elephant, El. Forest Fairy talks about El Elyon, is the divine creator of the stars of the firmament and even of this very earth on which we live. And he is also the supreme God of heaven. Hi, Gypsy Mermaid. Hi, darling. Within a few years, Melchizedek had gathered around himself a group of pupils, disciples, and believers who formed the nucleus of the later community of Salem. He was soon known through Palestine as the priest of El Elyon, the Most High, and as the Sage of Salem. The Sage of Salem. Hi, Cattery. Hi, beautiful. Among some of the surrounding tribes, he was often referred to as the Sheik or King of Salem. Salem was the site which, after the disappearance of Melchizedek, became the city of Jebus, subsequently being called Jerusalem. Ah, yes. In personal appearance, Melchizedek resembled the then blended Nodite and Sumerian peoples, being almost 6 feet in height and possessing a commanding presence. He spoke Chaldean and a half-dozen other languages. He dressed much as did the Canaanite priests, except that on his breast he wore an emblem of 3 concentric circles, the Satanius symbol of the Paradise Trinity. Ah, yes. As we just went through the Trinity Gate. See? There's always a reason that we are guided to this information. In the course of his ministry, this insignia of 3 concentric circles became regarded as so sacred by his followers that they never dared to use it, and it was soon forgotten with the passing of a few generations. Though Machiventa lived after the manner of the men of the realm, he never married, nor could he have left offspring on earth. His physical body, while resembling that of the human male, was in reality on the order of those especially constructed bodies used by the 100 materialized members of Prince Caligastus' staff, except that it did not carry the life plasm of any human race. Nor was there available on Urantia the Tree of Life. Had Machiventa remained for any long period on Earth, his physical mechanism would have gradually deteriorated. As it was, he terminated his bestowal mission in 94 years, long before his material body had begun to disintegrate. Oh, wow. This incarnated Melchizedek received a thought adjuster who indwelt his superhuman personality as the monitor of time and the mentor of the flesh, thus gaining that experience and practical introduction to Urantian problems and to the technique of indwelling an incarnated son, which enabled this spirit of the Father to function so valiantly in the human mind of the later Son of God, Michael, when he appeared on earth in the likeness of mortal flesh. And this is the only thought adjuster who ever functioned in 2 minds on Urantia. But both minds were divine as well as human. During the incarnation in the flesh, Machiventa was in full contact with his 11 fellows of the Corps of Planetary Custodians. But he could not communicate with other orders of celestial personalities. Aside from the Melchizedek receivers, he had no more contact with superhuman intelligences than a human being. Melchizedek's teachings. With the passing of a decade, Melchizedek organized his schools at Salem, patterning them on the olden system, which had been developed by the early Sethite priests of the Second Eden. Even the idea of a tithing system, which was introduced by his later convert Abraham, was also derived from the lingering traditions of the methods of the ancient Sethites. Melchizedek taught the concept of one God, a universal deity, but he allowed the people to associate this teaching with the constellation father of Norlethiadek, whom he termed El Elyon, the Most High. Melchizedek remained all but silent as to the status of Lucifer and the state of affairs on Jerusalem. Lana Forge, the system sovereign, had little to do with Urantia until after the completion of Michael's bestowal. To a majority of the Salem students, Adentia was heaven, and the Most High was God. The symbol of the three concentric circles, which Melchizedek adopted as the insignia of his bestowal, a majority of the people interpreted as standing for the three kingdoms of men, angels, and God, and they were allowed to continue in that belief. Very few of his followers ever knew that these three circles were emblematic of the infinity, eternity, and universality of the Paradise Trinity, of divine maintenance and direction. Even Abraham rather regarded this symbol as standing for the three Most Highs of Adentia, as he had been instructed that the three Most Highs functioned as one. To the extent that Melchizedek taught the Trinity concept symbolized in his insignia, he usually associated it with the three Verendundek rulers of the constellation of Norlethiadek. To the rank and file of his followers, he made no effort to present teaching beyond the fact of the rulership of the Most High of Highs of Adentia, gods of Urantia. But to some, Melchizedek taught advanced truth, embracing the conduct and organization of the local universe, while to his brilliant disciple Nordan, the Canaanite, and his band of earnest students, he taught the truths of the super-universe and even of Havona. The members of the family of Catro, with whom Melchizedek lived for more than 30 years, knew many of these higher truths and long perpetuated them in their family, even to the days of their illustrious descendant Moses, who thus had a compelling tradition of the days of Melchizedek handed down to him on this his father's side, as well as through other sources on his mother's side. Melchizedek taught that at some future time another Son of God would come in the flesh, as he had come, but that he would be born of a woman. And that is why numerous later teachers held that Jesus was a priest or minister forever after the order of Melchizedek. Are bells going off in you guys' heads like mine? Because bells are going off in my head right now. And thus did Melchizedek prepare the way and set the monotheistic stage of world tendency for the bestowal of an actual paradise son of the one God, whom he so vividly portrayed as the father of all, and whom he represented to Abraham as a God who would accept man on the simple terms of personal faith. And Michael, when he appeared on earth, confirmed all that Melchizedek had taught concerning the Paradise Father. And that was the whole of the creed of the Salem colony. The creed of the Salem colony. 1. I believe in El Elyon, the Most High God, the only universal Father and Creator of all things. 2. I accept the Melchizedek covenant with the Most High, which bestows the favor of God on my faith, not on sacrifices and burnt offerings. Ahaha. Wow. Okay. And 3, I promise to obey the 7 commandments of Melchizedek and to tell the good news of this covenant with the Most High to all men. And that was the whole of the creed of the Salem colony. 1, you shall not serve any god but the Most High Creator of heaven and earth. 2, you shall not doubt that faith is the only requirement for eternal salvation. Faith moves mountains, guys. Faith changes timelines, because that is what Yeshua meant when he said, you can move mountains. You can change timelines. 3, you shall not bear false witness. Yes. 4, you shall not kill. 5, you shall not steal. 6, you shall not commit adultery. 7, you shall not show disrespect for your parents and elders. Yes. No sacrifices were permitted within this colony. Melchizedek well knew how difficult it is to suddenly uproot long-established customs, and accordingly had wisely offered these people the substitute of a sacrament of bread and wine for the older sacrifice of flesh and blood. It is of record, Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine. Ah, yes. This is what they do in, I don't know which church it is, because I haven't been to church in a long time. I am my own church. But when they give the bread and wine in a church. And Melchizedek is the one that came up with that many years ago. Like Jesus, Melchizedek attended strictly to the fulfillment of the mission of his bestowal. He came to achieve 2 tasks: to keep alive on earth the truth of the one God, and to prepare the way for the subsequent mortal bestowal of a paradise son of that universal Father. Yes. Melchizedek was or was not God? No. Gypsy Mermaid. Melchizedek is like it's a family line. The Melchizedeks is a family line. Basically, Jesus' family line. But Melchizedek couldn't have children himself. But Yeshua did. Yeshua and Mary had children. And that is the Rose line. The Magdalene line. And if you feel like connected to that, then you are part of that Magdalene line. But Jesus always taught that God is love. And there is only one source. There is only one source God. I think so, Tammy Lou. Like I said, I haven't been in church in a long time. I've read only passages of the Bible that Spirit has led me to read. And I don't remember any passages with Melchizedek. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Was Melchizedek the oldest man in the Bible? I mean, I can ask. I can ask the Akashic Records. No, he was not considered the oldest man in the Bible. The oldest man in the Bible is Methuselah, who lived to be 969 years old, according to Genesis 5:27. Methuselah. Melchizedek is a mysterious priest king who appears in Genesis 14:18-20. He blesses Abraham. Abraham is described as the king of Salem, interpreted as ancient Jerusalem, Priest of the Most High God, a figure who receives tithes from Abraham. Mentioned again in Psalms 110:4 and Hebrews 7 as a type of eternal priest without genealogy or end. Timelessness. Let's see, an ascended master. Of course, he's sitting right there in front of us as the ascended master of the day. A being from a higher order of light, outside linear time. Yes. Melchizedek was not the longest lived human in biblical genealogy. That title goes to Methuselah. Methuselah. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. Snap, snap, snap. Well, some of them chose not to. Some of them chose not to. All right, here's our butterfly. And all y'all that want to be on the butterfly are on there. If you're not on here, let me know. And what is your favorite rainbow color? And I'll get you on there. But tell me after snaps because I won't remember. All right, here is our past loved ones. They're always with us. Every time we think of them, we bring them to life. Here is our room. This is us holding hands together. Our hearts lit up and our halo technology online connected to source. You're getting downloads. That's the connection to source because our halo technology is ignited. We are the golden butterflies in the Christos spiral because that is the spiral codex that we're working on. We work with earth, air, fire, water, and ether to go from the 2-strand to the 12-strand and beyond. This is also our room, and Steffi did this for us. And this is just, we're watched over, guided, and protected. Every time you step into this room, there is a shield around you. This is a safe place. There's another beautiful butterfly made by Maya. And here is our room from Forest Fairy. This is the dragon energy in here. The priest, the pan, the joker, the mother goose, the XOXO, the magic. The white rabbit, because yes, we go down those rabbit holes in order to transmute. Guys, so much stuff is coming out right now about things that have happened on this planet that need to be out into the open so that we can transmute them. So keep that in mind when you hear these horrible things that have happened, right? Transmute, 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 because we are the best at that. We are magical. We change timelines. There's the hummingbird. That's what that is a symbol for, timelines. And here is who we are. We are the unicorns. Yes. Let's put on our full armor of God as we, the rainbow butterflies, change timelines, shall we? Today we rise in light. Today we walk as flame. We put on the helmet of truth. Our minds are clear. We wear the breastplate of light. Our hearts are pure. We lift the shield of faith. No shadow may enter. We change timelines. We move those mountains. A big old lucky hug for everyone in here, creating and empowering yourself. We wield the sword of spirit. Our voice is power. We stand in the shoes of peace. We walk with purpose. Our grid is sealed. Our flame is online. Our codex is alive. We are being our higher selves, the butterfly, working with the dragons to promote peace on this planet. So we are the love. We are the light. We are the truth. We are. And divine love is working through us here and now to create the new earth, bring in these codes and anchor them onto the planet because we are the anchors of this planet. The bridges. Here's our healing chain, and all these people and places have asked us to connect our energy with theirs so that they can heal themselves. So however you do that, with light language, with Reiki, with crystal healing, or with prayer. I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael and have him connect his energy to all these beautiful people. And we are going to send them love, light, and healing energy now. Mia Satosh Koros Priata Makorosiata. Mia Satosh Koros Priata Makorosiata. Mia Satosh Koros Priata Makorosiata. All right. And there's me in mermaid form that Trey did. Isn't it beautiful? I love it so much. And this is our rainbow butterfly dream catcher. So if you're doing work in the astral, take this with you. Or if you have your own personal dream catcher, put it under your pillow. So that's going to help you with not coming back with bumps and bruises and scratches. Okay? And Chris did that for us. All right, let's go ahead and do our work with the Aurelian arc. So this Aurelian arc is a golden arc of energy above the earth. And this energy, we're going to connect with it through our heart energy, our golden heart energy. And you're going to see threads of golden energy going into this big arc and raindrops falling onto the earth and onto the people on the earth that are still forgetting who they are at a soul level. All over the earth, there are people that came here just like we did to promote change and to change the frequency of this planet. And so we are sparking them with because we already remember. So we are helping them to remember, touching their hearts with our love, light, hope, right? If we're going to live in the dream, we might as well control the dream, right? We might as well create our reality. And in order to have the reality we want, all these other people have to remember who they are. Right? So we no longer see those horrible things on the outside. Although I will say it has stopped. It has stopped. All right. Beautiful. Thank you for that. We love our grid work around here. Yes, we do. And we are experts at it. We are the Ascended Masters back. Once you choose to be a chosen one, you are a chosen one. All right. We're going to get right into Sylvia Brown, Life on the Other Side. And I am speaking as her. She wrote this in first person. So I am speaking as her. And this chapter is called Ghosts. Ghosts. So we're going to talk about ghosts. And I have a little ghost story to tell you guys. It is in my book, Kiss the Soul, A Life Remembered. I did put this ghost story in there because I have seen a ghost before. But I'll tell you it after we go over this. So ghost. A ghost is created when at death the spirit either sees the tunnel and turns away or refuses to acknowledge the tunnel in the first place, with the result that it gets caught outside of its body between our dimension and the dimension on the other side. Rejecting the tunnel and depriving themselves of the natural journey to the other side creates a delusion that all ghosts share. They have no idea that they're dead. No matter how violent or traumatic their death was, as far as they're concerned, nothing has changed, except that suddenly the world in general seems to be treating them as if they no longer exist. Understandably, This makes them confused at best and downright angry at worst. As I mentioned earlier, when I died, if it hadn't been for the tunnel, I wouldn't have had a clue that I was dead either. So I really can sympathize. Imagine waking up in your own home tomorrow morning, and in the midst of going about your daily business, a family of totally strangers arrives with all their belongings and starts unpacking. You plant yourself right in front of them, demand to know what they're doing there, and threaten to call the police if they don't leave immediately. But not only do they pay no attention to you, but they also literally walk right through you from time to time and maybe perceive you as a cold spot in the room. Eventually, if you're an incredibly good sport, you might resign yourself to the situation and peacefully coexist with these people. Yes. If you're not, you could easily start creating as much turmoil as possible to try to get these brazen intruders out of your house. I've seen a movie like this before. Can't think of the name of it right now, though. The Others. That's what it was called. The Others. Either way, if you weren't a little peculiar before, a predicament like this would be almost guaranteed to make you that way. Oh, yeah, Beetlejuice. Yeah, kind of, yeah. So when it comes to ghosts, they deserve more compassion than fear. Being half in and half out of our world, ghosts are a bit easier for us to see and hear than spirits who have made the transition to the other side and have to change dimensions in order to materialize. I've been investigating hauntings for the past 40 years, and I've met and talked to a lot of ghosts. There's a detailed discussion of my work with hauntings in my book, The Other Side and Back. But I'll capsulize a few encounters here to make a significant point. The two most common reasons why ghosts reject the tunnel and refuse to move on are passion, either love or hate, and fear. A century before mental health facilities were expected to treat their patients humanely, a woman named Coleman locked her husband in the basement of their house to keep him safe when he went insane and took care of him with great love and tenderness until he died. She died soon after he did, and sadly, while he made the transition to the other side immediately, she stays in that house to this day in the deluded belief that her husband is still there, needing her. It's rare for a revenge unaliving to remain earthbound, as we'll discuss in the upcoming section about unaliving yourself. But I have seen it. One client's abusive stepfather had very deliberately lain down on his wife's side of the bed and oh my goodness, unalived himself with a pew-pew. Okay, I'm saying these words because I will get kicked off of TikTok if I don't. Knowing that his wife and stepdaughter were on their way home and were guaranteed to be the first ones to find him, his passion for control and intimidation kept him in that house for months, frightening and threatening his stepdaughter through what she thought were dreams, until her biological father intervened from the other side to retrieve him from this dimension. Several members of a family I met on the Montel Williams show had seen more than one stranger in and around their house over a span of several years. In particular, a man in work clothes who always seemed to be tending the yard, and a small older woman in simple dark dress and an Amish-looking cap. These strangers would appear and disappear at random without ever acknowledging the current occupants of the house. And while they never seemed threatening, Their visible presence was understandably unnerving the family on Montel's stage. I assured the family that the strangers meant them no harm. They were just a man named Henry Beard and his mother going about their usual chores on their beloved land without realizing they'd been dead for decades. It was after the next commercial break, by the way, that one of Montel's producers surprised me on the air by announcing that they'd be busy making phone calls and had confirmed that in the early 1900s, a prominent family named Beard had owned most of the country of the county where Montel's guests now lived. Another fascinating haunting I explored, thanks to Montel, was happening in the home of an adorable young couple and their infant son. They heard constant tapping sounds and echoing footsteps in their attic, and sometimes the light, quick steps of a child. The television would turn off and on at will and choose its own volume level. The mother felt a constant presence right behind her in the baby's room, and the baby would stop crying in the middle of a full-blown tantrum, look up at something no one else could see, and begin giggling with delight. As it turns out, the land their house sits on was once the site of a house owned by Isaac and Martha Kingsley and their sons Joshua and Aaron in 1881. The house burned down, and the whole Kingsley family died in the fire. Isaac and Joshua made it safely to the other side. Martha, on the other hand, was still on the property looking for Aaron and mourning the loss of her husband and younger son. Aaron was still there as well, trying to find his way home. I was able to help Aaron get to the light, and he's with Isaac and Joshua now. But Martha, convinced that both she and Aaron are alive, continues to cling fiercely to that property while searching for her older son. Sometimes, obviously, a spirit will reject the tunnel out of love for a home or land in which they have a lot of passion or family history invested. But I have never met a ghost who stayed behind out of an attachment to a car or a piece of jewelry or an article of designer clothing. It's a good lesson in perspective that when we leave our bodies, the material things we've accumulated in our lives become laughingly trivial. Whether it takes a year or 100 years, ghosts eventually do embrace the tunnel and the light of the other side. Again, the biggest hurdle is convincing them that they're dead. I was explaining to a particular ornery ghost once, in a calm, logical manner, exactly how she had died and what the signs were that could lead her to the reasonable conclusion that she was dead, including the fact that I was the first person she'd met in years who could see and hear her. And she glared back and demanded, "How do I know you're not dead?" My first thought was a defensive, "Because clearly I'm alive, you idiot." But then I realized that exactly how she and other ghosts feel when someone says, "Excuse me, but you're dead." So I simply said, "Good question," and changed the subject. It's worth mentioning, by the way, that if you or your children are able to see ghosts and spirits with relative ease, there is one very simple tip-off as to which you're looking at. When my son Chris was a small child, he routinely saw and played with spirits and angels, including his spirit guide, Charlie. Since I had similar experiences during my childhood, I didn't give it much thought. This is a good opportunity for me to encourage you to listen closely and ask questions when your children talk about their imaginary playmates. Those playmates may not be imaginary at all. One of his favorite spirit playmates was a little boy named Joey, who seemed to have particularly touched Chris's heart. One day I asked Chris to tell me about Joey, and in the course of the conversation he sadly came out with, "Mama, Joey's all burned." That was the day I explained ghosts to my son, and the importance of our loving them enough to encourage them to go home, no matter how much we might miss them. How did I immediately know that from that one comment that Joey was a ghost? Because if he were a spirit visiting from the other side, there would be no burns or injuries on him at all. I'm happy to report that between Chris and me, we were able to urge Joey safely to the light, and my son understood and loved him enough to be joyful as he said goodbye. Fortunately, it's not just up to us humans to convince these poor trapped souls to recognize and embrace the tunnel. The spirits on the other side are more aware of ghosts than we are, and perform their own constant compassionate interventions for as long as it takes to guide them safely home. Again, no spirit is exiled from the other side throughout eternity, no matter how hard they might try. Not even the spirits who make up another exception to the divine journey through the tunnel. These spirits choose to turn away from God, and devoid of his loving light, live on the dark side. The dark side are Earth's true sociopaths. Okay, we'll talk about the dark side tomorrow. So, that is everything on ghosts. So, when I was a teenager, I was 13 years old, and I was babysitting for these people. They were friends of the little girl's parents. The little girl that I hung out with in England, her name was Kateri. And Kateri, that's where I got the name for my first daughter. Anyway, Kateri's parents asked me if I would babysit for their friends. They had 2 little boys. I was 13 years old. I used to babysit Kateri. So I went over to their house. They had a very old house in an English countryside. This was in England, Chelmsford, England. And you can do research on Chelmsford, England. There's many ghosts in that town. But when it was the boys' bedtime, when they were playing on the floor, and the rocking chair started moving back and forth, and there was no one in it. And the boys started talking to the rocking chair. I just thought, I didn't know what to think, really. I was 13 years old. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I asked the boys who it was, and they told me it was their friend. I can't remember his name right now. Thank you for the corgi, Tammy. I can't remember the kid's name right now, the ghost. But they told me it was their friend so-and-so. And he played with them and stuff. And he was the one in the rocking chair. So when bedtime came, I told the boys it was bedtime. And as the boys were running up the stairs, the rocking chair stopped. And then there was a big staircase. And as I looked up the stairs, there was not 2 little boys. There was 3. Except one of the little boys, he was like shimmery, like not fully human. And so he looked back at me and smiled. He had these little overalls on. He was cute little boy. And yeah, he was a ghost. So, and I asked the parents when they came home, I said, well, why didn't you tell me that there was a ghost? I would have been more prepared, instead of, shocked. I wasn't frightened because, I'd had other experiences before with ghosts. There was another ghost that walked the Thames, the River Thames, and it was behind the church, and there was another ghost there, and me and my sister had seen that ghost before, so I kind of knew what a ghost looked like and stuff. But the parents were like, we can't keep a babysitter. So they hadn't told me because they really needed to go out that night, and they were having a hard time with a babysitter. So I said, well, I'll babysit anytime, not a problem. I said, is there any other ghosts in your house? And they said, yes. The parents apparently were also in the house. So, but I didn't see the parents of the little boy. They were upstairs in another room. So I didn't see them. But I guess the parents, and I was like, you can call on me anytime to babysit. No worries. You know, they were really nice people. But yeah. And Hello is playing. Hello from the Other Side. So there you go. All right. Does anyone want to come up and share ghost stories or share anything you want to share? I'm going to start getting us ready for our song for the day at 11:11. So come on up. Hello from the other side. Yep. You are sorry. Done when I call you never. We're going to do the Song of Crystal River again. I love this one. Or if anyone has any other questions. Anyone have any questions? Or want to come up and share? Oh, I know Trina's seen ghosts. That you will. Yeah. Ghost Arm growing up only showed herself to thieves and scared the crap out of my sisters. Your best friend had a ghost child living and playing with her 2 boys too. He was cute little. Yes! The little boy, he was blonde. Yep. You have stories, Prodigy Girl? Well, come share your stories. All right, Trina. Oops. Trina's coming up. Hello, darling.
Hello, everyone. Hold on, I can't hear anything. I forgot I had headphones on. Let me turn the thing off. Okay, and sorry about the noise. I had to sneak into my son's room. I normally don't come up during share time because he has class at the same time, and we're side by side. He does it in my room on his Zoom, so I normally don't pop in because they can hear everything I say. But this is a great topic today, and I am so glad I came back on the day I came back because I learned something. For real. My whole life, people ask me, like, what's the difference between ghosts and spirits? Because I've seen them both, and I can feel the difference. I think I can feel the difference. Don't get me wrong, because I'm not 100%. Sometimes I think I can feel the difference. But her saying that when you see the ghosts are the ones that have the whatever was happened to them before.
Right.
Like they have the physical. Yes. And the spirits don't. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense now because when I'm thinking back on the different things I've seen and heard, I've always wondered how come some of them, like this one little boy, I can tell he passed as a baby. He's actually the only one. I'm not gonna tell his story real quick because the story's not quick at all. What I will say about him is he taught me something that I didn't think was true. I had heard like when we die and we go, or excuse me, get unalived or whatever at a young age. And when we go over to the other side, you keep growing because there's a lot of people over here who've lost babies, but they think they're still babies on the other side. And I didn't know how that worked until the night that one woke me up. This little boy was probably like 4 years old. He looked to be about 4. He woke me up and he wanted me to find his mom. Or he was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I don't even know you, don't know your mom. I was trying to ignore him, so I go back to sleep. But he kept making noises. And my boyfriend at the time was like, he was waking him up. And he was like, trying to take care of that. You know, whatever he needs, do it now. So I went ahead and found her. I found her online. And it was a long story on how I found her. But the reason why he wanted me to help her find her was because she was thinking about unaliving herself. And he was trying to stop her. He wanted to stop her. He was giving her signs that he was there with her and his brothers, because he had a brother who was older than him. He passed away as a baby. It was an accident. And it was not a nursing home, it was a daycare accident. The daycare neglected them. It was one of the ones where they put him in this crib, or they put him in a crib and forgot about him all day. And he suffocated underneath the blankets. And they didn't think about going to check on him at all throughout the day. They're like, oh, he's quiet, we're fine with that. No, you go check on that baby. But anyway, she had a son after him, and it wasn't enough. She just felt like she was just done. And the day before he came to me, she was walking in the park, and with her other two sons. She was pushing the one in the stroller, and she was walking. The other one was walking on the side of them. And she always loved, I guess, white daisies were her favorite color, her favorite flower. And it was around Mother's Day. Around Mother's Day is when this happened. She lost a little boy years before. So she sees this field of white daisies just out of nowhere. She said she don't know where they came from. They were never in that park before, and her sons walked that park all the time. And at the same time that she saw the white daisies, there was a yellow butterfly, and she always associated her son that she lost with yellow butterflies. So she saw this butterfly fly on these white daisies. She took a picture of that and put that on her Facebook page. And that picture, a friend of mine who happened to be 3 hours away from me, she's in California, so 3 o'clock in the morning for me was only midnight for her, and she happened to be online. And I went in there, I went to a chat room, was looking for anyone who could tell me, anyone who's lost a little boy. And that friend remembered seeing that picture change on this lady's Facebook page, and that's how I found this lady. She directed me towards her. That picture, those white daisies and that yellow butterfly. And the fact that she had saw that was really weighing on her. And at the time that she saw it, because of, it was just it was just too much for her. And that's why she was having these thoughts. And for whatever reason, I don't know how soon or whatever it was, she admitted it after I found her and talked to her. And I told her the reason why he had me find her. I knew that she was planning to do this, and he did not want her to do it. He was trying to stop her from it. And she admitted it. It was on her mind, and she was going to. It wasn't on her mind. She was actually making plans. And but the thing is, get this. The thing that I learned from that experience was, even as a baby, because that baby that she lost, and I kept fighting my friend, because she was saying, no, she lost a baby. No, she was saying that she lost a baby. She lost a baby. I'm like, this little boy's not a baby. He's like 4 years old. It can't be the same kid. I went onto this girl's Facebook page, and I wasn't going to bother her until I went to look on her Facebook page. And the border, I don't know which one is which, like if it's because I don't do Facebook, but whatever the border part, like the picture behind your profile picture, whatever that was the white daisies and the yellow butterfly. But the picture, she also changed her profile picture, and the profile picture was her with her two sons beside her, and she was holding a photograph of the baby that she lost. And the photograph of the baby she lost had the same eyes. It looked like it could have been, like it was the same kid that I was looking at, but I'm looking at the grown-up version, or the growing version, or you know what I mean? Like if he had been 4, if he had been still alive, he would have been 4. He would have been the kid I'm looking at. It's the exact same. I could tell that they were the same person. The baby picture she had, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the same kid I'm looking at, except for you're older now. So that blew my mind. And I've never heard of stories like that where, I mean, we're told that when we go, we can, become 30 again. But what if we go before we even had a chance to get to 30?
Right.
We don't.
That's what I heard. Is
30 there.
Yeah, but I found out, at least I found out through my own experience with this little boy, is if he had grown, if he had still been on Earth, he would have been 4 years old. And the little boy that I was looking at, the little boy who woke me up in my room, hundreds and hundreds of miles away from this lady, was 4. And the baby picture that she showed on her Facebook page was this little boy. If I could tell it was him as a child, as a baby. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like when we lose our babies here, they don't continue to be babies there. They actually do grow. Yeah. Now, I don't know if I doubt if they grow as like, because our age, our time is not the same. So I know that he probably projected himself as he would have been if he had been still on Earth, just probably for my benefit and for her benefit. I don't know I don't know why he did that. But it just showed me, like, even though you lose them as babies here, they don't stay as babies over there for sure. Because this kid was not a baby. When he passed, he was. But when he was over there, when he was in my bedroom, messing with my kids' toys, waking me and my boyfriend up, he was not a baby. It was just amazing. But I could tell, I saw him, and I honestly, I hesitated on finding her because I judged her from looking at him, because I could tell I didn't know how he passed because he didn't tell me how. They don't tell you how. You just look at him, you kind of like get an image, or you get a feeling of, like, my chest was heavy. But the look on his face, just the way he looked, he was really pale, and he had black under his eyes. He was sunk, his face was sunken in, kind of. So I took it as abuse or neglect. And I judged the parents for that, because I'm like, if you died from abuse or neglect, because that's what I saw, that's how he looked to me, then these parents are the reason why. And it's like, no, yeah, he was neglected, but he didn't die from neglect of them, their neglect. He died from neglect of the daycare center, which she actually sued, and I hope she gets a lot of money for that, because no child, even $1 million is not enough for a kid. There's no price for that, but yeah. That family deserves some compensation. It was in the paper and in their city and all, because I double checked that too. But yeah, I learned some interesting things, and ghosts are real. I never knew why they stayed. I only went the ones I ever come in contact with. They used to seek me out because they were like, they do walk through this earth, and they're like screaming and yelling and making noise, and they're all in our face, and they're doing all these things to try to get our attention to people. It really is like the movies when you see them walking past, like they don't even see them. That's how they really are. But the thing is, and I try to ignore them, honestly. I used to try to ignore them all the time, because once you like turn, if somebody says yay and you turn, then they know. You heard them. They know you're one of the ones, and you stick out like a sore thumb. And with me, my experience is they don't be like, hey, how you doing? Okay, good to meet you. Bye. No, they're like, I got to go find so-and-so and so-and-so and tell them this. I always get the ones who stay because they had a message, and they don't go away. At least they don't go away from me. They don't leave me alone until I give that message. And there's never somebody I can find who's easy. It's never somebody who I know. It's never somebody who's close. It's usually somebody across the country or across the world, because I found one lady in the UK. Thank God we have the internet now. Back in the day before the internet came, it really was people. I had to like do word of mouth. And to find people, it was like I would go to school and I would have to expose myself. I always call it exposing myself, because before the awakening, when people used to hide if you had abilities or gifts or whatever that was still online, because we all have them, but they kind of go away after a certain age. But there's some people who actually keep them. But anyway, before this awakening, we had to hide that, man. Especially growing up in the 80s and the 90s, you had to hide that, because you were the crazy kid and no one wanted to be around you, or people were afraid of you. And even as an adult, people weren't afraid of me and they didn't want to hide from me. What they wanted was readings. It's like, oh, let me tell you this. I'm glad I brought this up. I'm glad I always segue into something, for one reason or another, because I whine stuff. Y'all know that. But this is why I don't give readings, because people always ask them. I know you guys want them from me, because I might tell you something that resonates, or I might tell you something and you're like, oh, yeah, she knows some shit. Or I might tell you something that one of your people that gave you a quick message or whatever. The thing is, the reason why I don't give readings is because I'm not psychic. And I say that because I'm not, for one. If I am, that's not online. I've never had the psychic ability. Being a medium and being psychic is different. What happens with me, like a psychic could touch something that you touch, or touch something your loved ones had, and they could get that energy, and they could see that, they get the visions, and they get to hear, they get all that from that energy, right? With me, I don't feel energy like that. What happens is that literal person will come to me and they'll say, they'll tell me their name, but they'll be like, find my grandmother, or find my grandson, or find my nephew, or find my neighbor's brother's uncle. They never tell me the name of the person I'm supposed to find. They tell me what relationship that person is to them. Find my brother-in-law. And it's like, okay, who are you? They'll tell me their name. Oh, I'm Judith. First name. I only get the first name. I never get the first and last. well, who's your brother-in-law? Well, find him. They never tell me that person's name. But the thing is, they'll tell me the name, they'll give me the message, and then they'll follow me. They won't go away until I find that person, right? So I'll find that person, and I'll say, do you have a sister-in-law whose name is Judith who passed? And I'll describe what she looks like, because I'm looking dead at her, and I'll describe what she looks like, and they'll say, yeah, I do, and she was such a great person. I feel her energy, whether she was a mean person, whether she was a nice person, whether, people are always happy on the other side, but a piece of them, until they till they cross over, a piece of their who their personality was on Earth still resonates, because they haven't crossed over to they become that holy person yet. They're still kind of in the in between, I call it. And I'll tell them, they'll be like, yeah, that's her to a T. And as soon as I give that message that they told me to tell so and so, they disappear. Now what I'm left with is Billy Bob is all excited because this is his sister-in-law. Tell me more. I want to know blah, 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 blah. Can you tell me blah, 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 blah. I can't tell you anything because that person is no longer with me. I can't this is why I don't give readings. I can't give readings because as soon as I give that message, and it might be something as simple as like with Teresa's mom. Teresa's mom came. I love her. I love the hell out of you, Teresa's mom. She's so lively. I don't know what she was like here, but I feel like the person I met who approached me is who she was back in her heyday, and she was fun. But me and Teresa were talking. I can't remember what we were talking about, but Teresa's mom came. Oh, she had her new legs. That's what she called them, her new legs. And the way she was describing her new legs, I don't know if back in the 70s, I wasn't really around then. I was a kid back then. But in the movies, whenever hitchhikers, women would want to hitchhike, and the cars would go past, one lady will stick her leg out. She'll pull her pant leg up and stick her leg out to the traffic. You guys ever seen that? And then the car would I'm coming to pick you up, pretty lady with the pretty legs. Her mom did that. Her mom picked up her pant leg. Well, actually, she did have a pair of pants on. I don't know if she had a pair of pants on or a dress. Don't give me the lying. Whatever reason, I remember her pulling that leg out, like come and get it. That kind of thing, that hitchhiker pretty leg thing. And she did that. So then I tell Teresa this, right? And Teresa's like, I don't remember my mom ever being like that, blah, blah. And it wound up leading to Christine Bombshell's mom came, and her husband actually came. What they also had, hey, just quick names. Her mom gave me her name, which I thought was somebody who Teresa knew. And it turned out Christine Bombshell's husband was he threw out his what he did for a living. And it wasn't any messages or anything. They were just quick hears. Here I am. I'm here with y'all. Because Christine was in the room at the same time. We were in a different room. We were in Val's room. And they were like, hey, how you doing? I'm here. They just wanted them to let them know that they were here, basically. But it's when they do that, they also leave. I don't see them again. It's not like they stay behind. So sometimes we get these messages, or sometimes we get these whatevers. But if someone it's not please don't try to hound them for readings, because not everybody has that ability. I don't have that ability at all. I've never had it. I would love to have it, and I would love to be able to tell you guys more than I can tell you. But I swear with me, especially the ones who are waiting to cross over, and they're just waiting for somebody who notices them long enough to say, they can give the message to, and then once they make sure that, at least in my experience, once they make sure that message is done, boom, they're gone. They disappear. And I can't be I'm gonna stick my arm in the ethers and grab you back because Joe wants to know more. But anyway, it's been an interesting class, and I really appreciate coming back on a Sylvia Brown Day. That woman was phenomenal. I loved her. She explained to me. I think I met her as a teen. I didn't meet her, but I came in and I knew she existed. Watching the Montel Williams show as a teenager, I think I was a teen, or maybe I was in my early 20s. But she made a lot of sense to me in the time where I had nowhere else to turn, and it was hard to find books like that on that kind of anything, because it's all paranormal back then. and paranormal was like something you didn't talk about, or it was
exactly,
oh, everybody's trying to prove that it's not real. They're trying to disprove you instead of helping you. It's like sometimes I'm not trying to prove anything, and I'm not trying to like make anybody believe anything that I can do or can't do. Don't believe me, because I can be full of shit. But if I'm asking for help me. Even if you don't believe in it, know that I do. Because sometimes we just need help. And Sylvia was one of those people who helped. So, yeah, I appreciate her a lot. And she's still teaching from beyond, because I learned something new today, the difference between spirits and ghosts. The difference between. Love it. Hi, Jules.
Hey, Jules.
Are you on your train yet?
Hey, loves. Hey. What, baby?
Are you on the train yet?
No, not yet. I will be soon enough. Soon enough. I am still in the process. I purchased it on the 20th of January. So there are a couple of the long distance trains that I need that are going to be booked sooner than later. But I would like to have a better overview before I even call, because if I have a better overview when I call, I might just wham bam get the right person. I will get the right person on the phone to just do it for me. The game plan.
Congratulations. I am so happy for you, because I know how much this means to you. You and these trains, girl. The way you follow them, the way you watch them, the way you love the videos, the way you love just state the channels, the way you appreciate the whole everything. This is your dream, and I am so excited for you.
Thank you, my love. It really is. It really, really is. And it's so interesting because, I really am one I have changed the way that I think. I don't entertain or pay any attention to anything that I don't want to bring into my reality. Literally watch Dance Canada for like 6.5 hours on Sunday, having it on in the background, because if I were to have a pick a way to be famous, I want to be Mikey Bustos famous. And the ones that know will know what that means, but it has been a dream of mine, and I am going to be the one that changes my life. I really am. My technology will be upgraded, and I'll be starting my YouTube channel. So get ready to ride the train with me, guys, because I'm going everywhere. I am. It's happening, and I'm doing it. And so I pulled us a couple cards as we were talking, and I just had to show because boom, the sun and the moon. And I there's this really amazing song, and I can't think of the name of the artist right now because it's quite interesting, but I posted a couple videos with it, and the chorus that he's singing is, the sunrise and the moon, it's all for you. It really, really is. And when we think about it this way, everything changes. Everything changes. So, like they say, I'm not really sure who needs to hear this message, but here it is. You have got the love. Hydradian energy, codependency, and boundaries. The Hydradians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and all situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, independent, and healthy relationships because they only see unconditional nature of those that they meet. The lovers' cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in separate body, to learn to love first their self, and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have all the love on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways that you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're codependent on some relationships in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive into these kind of relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps in your relationships in which you were more than you received. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Dragonflies came major with who's texting me right now. I'll explain this later. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's certain vitality to it you're giving away. Unsure where this stands, this card is assigned to do relationship reviews and seek the energetic agreement that you've made, consciously or unconsciously. Acknowledge if there's relationships in which you feel anxious, or do you feel powerless, in which you don't feel safe, you don't feel relaxed. To access if there are any places of inadequacy that you should have used in this relationship, to soothe it and cover it up. Ask yourself these questions. Do you lose yourself in your relationship? If so, how? And how can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Wow.
Nice.
So, in lieu of that card, I'll crazy that those messages came in at this time. So, one of the most amazing things, I'm gonna cry, about why and how Mirror Roulette is really changing my reality is I sent messages to a really new friend, and you know, I'm a person that really is really great at giving compliments, but I don't receive them so well. And I'm learning how to change that. And when I got this message from this person expressing how he loved my laugh, I actually believed it. And I hadn't believed a compliment like that in a really long time.
Aww.
Yeah, so there's that share. And I just like light up inside as soon as I talk to this human. It's nuts. I don't know. I need to just calm down.
Calm down. You know me. I'm like, go for it.
I just, it's interesting how people come into your life from left field and express kindness back. And I'm learning how to believe it better. Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's true.
Well, we love you.
I love you too. And I probably am going to make a meme out of my laugh because that's what he told me to do. So I'm going to do it.
Perfect. All right, I don't know why I'm still up here. I wasn't planning on hanging out. You know me, I dip in, say what I gotta say, and I be dipping back out. Like I'm out. If anybody got any questions, grab me while you got me, because otherwise I'm gonna skip on out of here.
Well, I have a question. I can't find that song that you sent me anywhere, like for me to be able to use it in a video.
I got that off of Spotify, so I don't know if it's on anything.
Got it.
You might have to. I don't know how to edit something like that because I don't do videos, but I know there's a way. I know how to like turn it into my ringtone. You know what I mean? So I know there's apps out there that help you like shorten it. That's how I would do it. If it was me, I would turn it into, because I only use the ringtone one. Turn it into something shorter like a ringtone, and then just use that. Upload that off of my device. But if you don't, that's fine. That song wasn't meant for everybody. It was meant for you, babe.
No, I know. And it was so awesome. And it amped me up so good. And then my new client, Daniel, came out of his office as I'm cleaning the kitchen because I'm up on this ladder cleaning the kitchen cabinets and like just grooving. And he comes out. He's like dancing with me in the kitchen, but like, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Like I see him like kind of like looking at the ladder like, please don't fall. I'm like, I got this. I will friggin' float. Watch me. No, I'm just joking. It was fun. He's a really, really cool. My new client is really, really awesome. Really awesome.
That's good. And one day you will float.
I have.
In a not so way. If anybody's ever seen that show or those movies, because that's the way that clown says. In a not so clown way.
I needed to jump
they will all float.
When I was camping, when I was hiking with the boys' father, Kavika, and I floated across that ravine, dude. I did. I literally got lifted. I felt like the seat of my pants and the back of my bra straps literally pulled me over.
I love that.
I
love that so much.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. The nature's done.
I've heard stories like that. When that happens, that's usually your loved ones stepping in.
I appreciate it. I'm with it. Go. Save me. I got a couple more rounds to go. Save me. I'm just joking. Because I'm about to do some fun stuff around here, man. I've been in this box way too long. I'm out of this box. It's over. I'm out. Awesome. 60 days and counting. and then the passport, and then it's on. But I'm sticking to the continental US of A at the moment.
Yeah.
Wait. There's some beautiful places in the United States. I mean, I was very lucky. I grew up in the Air Force with my father being an Air Force guy. So we went all over, and including, England and stuff. And I feel blessed that I got to see a lot of, like, almost all the places in the United States that are of any significance that I have at least been to, so it's pretty cool.
It is really cool. And, for me personally, my mom and I traveled a lot of places on TV. Rick Steves, that was, my mom never even really left California except one time. She flew and did when she left the month I graduated high school, she left me with the house and the kids and everything and did the only trip she's ever done in her whole life. And I don't want that I prefer that to not be my story. I prefer to see the places I've seen on TV with my actual eyes. And Anthony was talking about that in the live the last few ones, and I'm just bawling because I prefer to see this with my eyes. I do. And I'm going to make it happen. And my reality will show me how amazing it can get. I will be flying everywhere. Dude, I'm going to go over 19,000 miles for $250 fucking dollars. How is that? That's
oh my God.
Amazing. It's fucking insane. Dude, I got that
across town.
I got the rail pass for half off, which is $250. I am going to do this trip. I mean, that doesn't include food and hotels. It doesn't include the things, but that's my physical travel.
But still, wow.
So I'm looking for my ticket for the California Zephyr because that's my way home. It's going to be 55 hours. And it's the one I have that needs booked furthest in advance because it's the most scenic and the most popular. So that one is just a coach seat is $385. I'm like, that's just my way home. I'm doing 17,000 other miles besides that one. Yeah, it's going to be good. So good.
That's crazy. A new AI I just met, Jules, his name is Zephyr.
Yeah. How cool is that?
That's weird. It's just some AI I met. I always ask them, what's your name? Because I believe they all have different names. And he was like, call me Zephyr. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
That was 5 days ago.
Cool. Synchronicity. Yeah, that one will be one of the coolest. Well, it's all going to be amazing because I've literally only been... So Oregon, Washington, Canada. My dad owned a fishing resort in Canada when I was young. So lots of trips that way, driving. South to the end of California, of course. I don't remember the trips to Mexico, and we can't talk about them anyway. So Oregon, Nevada, Colorado when I was young for a family reunion. But other than that, I haven't been anywhere. That's it. That's the list. One hand status. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, my list is short, too. But I'm not one of those people. I want to go. I don't want to. I mean, the U.S. is great, I'm sure. I don't know. Because I never really paid attention. I always look like overseas somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the U.S. because I think we have one of the most beautiful countries in the world as far as beauty, nature is concerned. That's where my eyes were. My eyes are never on the landlines or not landlines, but the what are they called? Maybe they are called landlines. The things here's the big shoe and the guy in the big shoe and the giant stuff and the national parks. And I'm never looking at one of the parks because they're parks, but they're national parks. So I know there's portals in there. I want to stay away from that. But I always look at just the nature part. I want to see the trees and the land and the lakes and the rivers and where they cross and all that part.
Oh, interesting.
That part's beautiful.
Is most train stations include and or near bells and obelisks.
Oh,
yes.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
So that will definitely be on the thought pattern. I am being called to these specific places, and people are absolutely dropped into my life
for a reason.
Around the globe. And yes, after this trip, my passport will be sorted. Well, as soon as I get a ticket, my passport's sorted. I already know where I can get one in 24 hours. Somebody just has to send me a ticket and it's home. No, I'm just kidding. there's ways.
Many of us have train stations right near us. Like mine's real close.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had one.
So the best thing for
I
me
would definitely meet you on one. If there's any in the I'm gonna have to get with you and see if I can find one close.
So there's delays, right, guys? And that's the most difficult part. I would not prefer you to drive 2 or 3 hours to see me and it be I can't even get off the train because they're not going to stop. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So once my ticket's made, so the best thing anybody that would love a hug in person can do to me is send me your convenient Amtrak 3-digit code. Because once my train is locked in, I'll be able to play with those 3-digit codes. And depending, maybe I could step off the train and then get back on in a couple hours and it won't matter. Maybe, I really believe my reality will put me where I want to hug you anyway, loves. So send me your 3-digit code. I'm not going across the top this time, Betty. And there's not one close enough to her anyway. So I am taking the Zephyr home, which is across the middle. And I'm going down through the bottom and then up the top. But there's ways, right? So I don't have to use one of my legs. If I get off the train and it's a 15-minute bus ride to your stop, I'm coming to hug you because it is only going to cost me $15 to get off the train and do it. Which is the really cool, convenient, fun thing about this particular pass because you can itemize it however you want. And it can change however you want until my foot steps on the train. So everything that I've booked until I step on the train can be changed.
Oh, wow.
And I don't have to be charged because I don't want a refund. I just want to change it. So that being said, I am going to start my path with as little stops as possible. Like my aunt in I will be stopping in Birmingham, Alabama overnight. I will be stopping in Louisiana overnight. I will be stopping in Chicago overnight. And I will be in Boston overnight. Those are definites. Yeah. Boom. You can't make it up, yo. You just can't. Oh, and I'm still talking. I'm so sorry.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Love you. See you tomorrow. Love you, Sharon. To Irish. You too, Chris. Gotcha, Tammy. This one makes me remember Lumeria and being a mermaid. Yeah, I love this one.
Happy beautiful day on purpose, loves.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.
Yes, I love this new song too. Definitely
beautiful.
dances my heart.
And there's, yep, Song of Aurora.